Hello and welcome to Off The Crossbar Euro Watch Day 1 with myself, Rigmorsh, and as ever, Brad. It's finally here. The Euros have begun. How excited are you now?
Well, considering I've slept on it, it's gone down a little bit, but from last night, yeah, I was high.
It's
It
just,
was, it was the Christmas Eve energy.
yeah,
Yeah.
like just watching that game, I had like literal chills on me throughout that game. It was brilliant.
Yeah. I just thought we try so hard to come up with an intro, but I think we need to hire an Italian because they know how to start a goddamn tournament.
Yes, of course. They started it off by bringing out Andrea Bocelli to sing Nessa Dorma.
There is no
And
beautiful sights.
yes, not my obviously favourite rendition. That will always be Pavarotti and Co. But I can still stand an Italian singing Nessa Dorma. Turkey Italy obviously was the first game that took place over in Rome. I mean, Italy just dominant from minute one onwards, weren't they?
Yeah, sorry. How many people came out and were hyping Turkey?
Well, yeah, I mean, all
They
over
need to
social
come out
media.
now and start naming themselves because I don't know what they see in this Turkey team. I saw.
Yeah, I mean, we did a poll over on our Twitter about 12 hours before the game yesterday, just so we could get a vast expanse of people's predictions, and the majority, 61%, headed with Turkey winning, whilst 22% Italy and only 17% for a draw. However, that was not the case because from minute one onwards, it was just pure domination from Roberto Mancini's side, and yeah, it was absolutely incredible to see.
Yeah, before we go to the performance, Roberto Mancini's suit, top quality.
I don't know whether I liked the colour though. I think it would have looked nicer in all black.
So if he's going to go for the all grey, he's got to go for the trousers as well.
Yeah, you got to do one or the other, not 50-50.
Go full out, but we're not fashion experts.
Exactly.
So we look like Dolce and Gabbana here.
I wish.
It doesn't stop Italy looking impressive as they did though.
Yeah.
But they just moved the ball so well. Like,
Especially.
maybe Turkey let them do it. Like they backed off quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that left-hand side of Leonardo Spinazzola and Lorenzo Insigne throughout that whole game were just so dominant. Like they just caused problems for Turkey all night long.
I particularly admired how frustrated every Italian player got when they missed a chance.
Yeah.
It's just the anger every time they missed.
It was incredible. Chiellini had a good chance from a header about 22 minutes in, which Sakir did a very good job to tip it over the bar. A few minutes earlier, Insigne had a shot which went wide, and then so it's 0-0 at half time. Definitely Italy looking the better side and having had one or two penalty appeals, but the referee wasn't going to give them, and rightly so, because they were just too close in distance, like the Turkey players involved and the ball, so it was never going to get given.
Yeah, they didn't get anything going.
Yeah.
It wasn't like their last ball was bad. Their first ball was terrible.
Yeah.
It was just a lump up field. It was like Sam Allardyce tactics.
It was just hope Burak Yilmaz would just be there to run onto it.
I felt sorry for him because, in fairness, when he did get the ball, he did look to create something, but everyone around him just non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, everyone else, whether it be Karaman on the right, Çalhanoğlu on the left, they were just so far deep and behind him that he just had no options there.
Even when they brought on like Cengiz Under, like, he had one chance where he was through almost, but he just stopped.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But first goal of the tournament came in the second half. 52 minutes on the clock. Dominic Berardi cross put into his own net by Mehdi Demiral, and it's the first time in a Euros that the first goal in the tournament has been an own goal.
Yeah, write that down for the future quiz reference.
Yes.
That's a quiz answer.
Definitely. But you can't really blame Demiral that much, can you?
You tried to last night.
Well, but I've looked back at it since, and yeah, it's not much he can really do.
No. But unfortunate for the player to slip.
Yeah.
Leading up to it, but the pace of the ball, Demiral's not going to deal with that as best as he can.
Yeah, but yeah, I think then from that minute onwards, once Italy scored that opening goal, they were just going to hunt on for more, and they just continued to do so. And then a little over 10 minutes later, Choro Immobile scored, which was his fourth goal in his last 5 games for Italy.
About 5 Turkey players claiming that he was offside, even though their defender is literally stood in front of him when he scores.
Yeah, I think it was the right back, Salik, was right in front of him when he scored, and you're like,
I admire it.
He's just absolutely crazy. Then a little bit afterwards, Soyuncu of Leicester City seemed to be determined to get the first yellow card of the tournament.
I was like, he's asking for this. He's just losing it.
Yeah, I think he must have had a bet on like one of his family members saying, "Mate, I want you to get the first card of the tournament so I can win a fuck ton of money."
It's just match fixing that, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but
we don't advocate that on this podcast.
And then 11 minutes from time, Lorenzo Insigne sealed the win for Mancini's side, and it was the first time at a European Championships that Italy have scored more than 2 goals in a game, which I thought was an absolute crazy stat. The previous 38 games, they haven't scored more than 2 goals in a game.
That is a weird one. But then again, Italy have never been known as like massively attacking sides.
No. I mean, even yesterday, for me, I think there's still that one bit of missing. Like, those times in the final third where they just didn't look good.
The forward line's missing something.
Mm.
The midfield is great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Even that's where Verratti.
Yeah. So they had Locatelli, Jorginho, and Barella in that midfield yesterday, and Jorginho just put on a masterclass.
Yeah, that was Jorginho, as we know he can do.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see what they're like against a better quality of opposition.
Yeah.
Not a better quality of opposition that has possession of the ball longer than a freaking car.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was just ridiculous. I think if I just have a quick look at the stats now, Italy had 63.4% possession, whilst Turkey only had 36.6%, which I think even that seems a bit kind for them because they rarely touch that ball.
I'd love to know what the car's possession stats actually were, though.
But yeah,
that was baffling. What, we can't skate over that. What?
It's
the referee's too lazy to grab the ball now, is it?
It's just sponsorship reasons, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, a big massive Volkswagen logo plastered all over his eye. Is that a sponsor? It's either that or it was Lorenzo Insigne's transportation.
You had to get the short joke in there, didn't you?
Well, most people were doing that, so.
I mean, I did see some saying it was that Warwick Davis driving it.
God's sake.
So I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, great win for Italy. Stats a few now about Italy. They haven't lost since 2018 under Roberto Mancini, and only lost twice in his tenure, and haven't conceded a goal since 2020, which is just absolutely incredible. Like, it's clear that the media and the world have written them as underdogs, but I don't think they should be. They're not underdogs, are they?
I would be calling them dark horses, but I think even that's too lenient on them.
Yeah, 100%.
They're definitely favourites, but I've said I want to see them against tougher opposition.
Yeah.
The one that will actually go on to.
100%. And Turkey, they conceded 3 goals in that game, obviously. Worst in the qualifiers for this tournament. They only conceded 3 in the 10 games. So it's a lot of hard work for them to do it with their remaining 2 group games against Switzerland and Wales. But definitely, I think for me, man of the match, and he was obviously rightly awarded with it, was Spinazzola.
Yeah.
Because
didn't know much about him coming before this.
Yeah, he's obviously Roma boy, so he's on home turf.
Yeah.
Quite literally. But yeah, just absolutely great play from him and thoroughly deserved it. One who had a quiet game was the goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Oh, was it Donnarumma? I thought it was Buffon. To be honest, I didn't.
I genuinely
I knew it was Donnarumma. You could have put Buffon in there. No one would have realised.
you could have put fucking no one in there, and no one would have realised it was that one-sided.
You could have put in an Italian nonna, and nobody would have noticed.
Exactly. But yeah, overall, Italy thoroughly deserved that win and look like they're going to be a real threat going forward in this tournament.
Yeah.
And speaking of go on, you got one final point?
No, I was agree with you. I would, if anything, it'd be amazed if they didn't get past the quarterfinals.
Yeah. I'm also going to say that kit actually looks nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Italy kit.
It does look nice.
Look, watching it now, it looks really nice. The Turkey one I still think is horrible, though.
It's just plain.
And speaking of going forward, we have 3 games today to look forward to, starting off with Wales versus Switzerland, kicking off at 2 o'clock from the Baku Olympic Stadium over in Azerbaijan. A few key players for either side, obviously Bale, Ramsey, Ben Davies for the Wales side.
I think both teams will be feeling pretty positive after Turkey's performance. They'll see this as, if we can win this, that already puts us in a good position.
Yeah, a very good stead to come in second place.
See, as well, it's Wales who play Turkey next, so if they can get something from this, they'll be looking for 6 points.
Yeah, I think it's definitely capable for them. Switzerland, on the hand, they've got some good players in their squad. Obviously, Jan Sommer will most likely be their goalkeeper. You've got Granit Xhaka, Denis Zakaria, Zerdan Shaqiri, Breland Bolo, or Haris Seferovic up front. So it's a very good Swiss side. Looking at it on paper, I think this could be one. Obviously, can go either way. I don't think there's a clear favourite going into this.
No, because it's 2 teams that I guess we're a bit unsure of.
Yeah.
We don't know if Wales will have the same spirit that they had in 2016.
But they got to the semi-finals, if I remember correctly.
And with Switzerland, it's slightly unknown. Are they still that usual tournament team that, they're there, but you don't expect them to get too far?
Yeah, I mean, they've always been quite poor in the last few tournaments, like we said on the preview show. Round of 16 is where they usually finish in, whether it's the Euros or the World Cup. So they'll obviously be hoping to get one further this time, and getting off the mark today is definitely something that can help them go in the right direction. Then the game at 5 o'clock over in Copenhagen is between Denmark and Finland.
The Scandinavian derby. Is this how this is?
One of the Scandinavian derbies.
Yeah. Slightly unknown this because Denmark have looked good. The group stages that Finland, you would say, are not the opposition that would be the most testing for them. Then again, we don't know what Finland will offer.
Well, yeah, because this is their first ever major tournament. So the pressures behind them really isn't going to be there. They're just going to be happy to be there.
They'll just be happy for the Pookie party.
Yeah, where obviously the likes of Yusuf Poulsen up front, you got Højbjerg, Christian Eriksen in that Denmark team. So there's going to be a lot.
Martin Braithwaite.
Yes. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Denmark to get this win, I think, more than there is on Finland. I mean, Finland are starting to look good, like we said, but I think there's still a few question marks over to how well they can actually do in this game and then further on in the group, because on paper you would say they're the second best team in the group. But whether they actually do go on to show that form is something that obviously remains to be seen.
True. Yeah. To the last game, the intrigue.
Yes. So the final game is happening over in St. Petersburg in Russia between Belgium and Russia, kicking off at 8 o'clock UK time. That is the first game that is on ITV. Obviously, Belgium, like we said, favourites to win the group and go quite far in our predictions league. Obviously, with the likes of Hazard, Lukaku, Tielemans, Courtois, like that squad is quite insane. Yeah, like the depth of that squad is insane, and you would say this is the easiest start for them. They should quite comfortably beat Russia.
It should be straightforward, but I don't want to rule out that home advantage that Russia are going to have.
Which is there, but technically not there because they're the away side.
It's still going to be there.
Well, yeah, it's still in Russia.
It's still going to be there. It was weird last night with Turkey and Italy because every time Italy had the ball, there was a lot of whistling a bit off. There was quite a few Turkish fans in the stadium, but I don't expect. But actually, I don't know. I don't know what Russia's guidelines are like. But yeah, just the one thing we've kind of forgot about with this tournament is that home advantage that teams will have.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking ahead to tomorrow's games when England play, we're obviously going to have that home advantage being at Wembley Stadium for that game against Croatia. And then, like you said, yesterday Italy seemed to have it because obviously they know the Stadio Olimpico because that's where they play their home games, and it could be present today for Russia-Belgium, but I think Roberto Martinez's side is going to be a very tough one to beat, and
but they should win it.
Yeah, if they don't win this game, then I think a lot of people's predictions of how far they can go will probably change because
alarm bells will be ringing.
Yeah, 3 games. I'm so happy it's finally here now.
Yeah, well, for football, endless.
Yeah. Before we go, I'll get you to do not a score prediction, but a winner prediction for all 3 games.
Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Denmark. I'm going to shock it because I'm going to go for a draw. Belgium, Russia.
Okay, I think the first game will be a draw. And then I think Denmark win the second game. And Belgium win the last game.
It's weird, my opinion sort of changed on Wales from our predictions. We had them last, but you just never know. Until, we'll probably be proven right. Like
Yeah. And obviously the main talking point with Wales is Ryan Giggs obviously isn't leading them because of his off-the-field trouble that he's been in. So they've got Robert Page as their manager for this tournament, and no one knows what they are going to be like. I mean, he's obviously had a few games in charge of them over the last international break, or last 2 international breaks, I think. But obviously heading to a tournament, no one knows how he's going to be set up and how they are going to play.
I'd imagine it wouldn't be too dissimilar.
Oh, 100%. It won't be too different, but you never know. It's going to be a very interesting watch, and obviously you can watch, if you're in the UK, the first 2 games on the BBC and then the final game on ITV. 2, 5 and 8 o'clock. Again, they are UK times for kickoff. Right, is that everything?
That is, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow to round up today's games and have a look ahead to the games that take place on Sunday. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter as well, so you never miss an update or anything happening in the world of football elsewhere. Till then, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Brad.
See you.
It's finally here.
No.